We're coming up now on the holidays. And what do the holidays mean? They mean food. Lots of it and of all kinds. This is one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. I mean, when you think country breakfast, what's the first thing you think of, Raj? Country breakfast.
Sausage gravy.
You think sausage gravy first. Well, that's good because that's what we're making today. Sausage gravy. Before we get to this super simple and super delicious recipe, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, share it with everyone. Let's try and build this channel up together because I do it for you and I can't do it without you. Our ingredients for this delicious sausage gravy: 1 pound of bulk sausage meat. I get it in the Chubb type tube. Not going to reveal the brand, but we'll just say that one of these is hot, one of these is regular. I buy 2, cut it in half, freeze half of each, and use half of each for my sausage gravy, and it's delicious. So, 1 pound bulk sausage meat. 4 tablespoons salted butter. 4 tablespoons all-purpose flour. 1 quart half and half. And what is probably the most important ingredient besides the sausage to this, fresh ground black pepper. First thing we need to do is brown up our sausage meat. So we're going to drop this into at least a 2-quart saucepan. Getting a little rough with that. You want to break her up. And as this goes, we'll break it up, get it brown, get smaller and smaller pieces. My God, the smell right off of the pan. As soon as this is dropped in, it just punches you in the face with that delicious sausage smell. Oh, it's good. We're doing this on about a medium heat, by the way. Now it does take a few minutes to get the sausage brown, but it's totally worth that wait because you get to enjoy the smell. Worth it. You'll also notice that I didn't pre-lube this pan, and I didn't pre-lube it for a reason because this sausage meat has a lot of fat in it. And we're not cooking it over a super high heat, so the fat's going to render out and lube the pan as we go. And as this slowly starts cooking and the fat is rendering out, we want it to cook slow and the fat to render out because we're going to put the butter in, then we're going to mix in some flour and make, I guess, a meaty roux. I don't know if there's a French word for it, but we'll just call it a meaty roux because it sounds funny. Sausage is getting there, folks. We're going to keep chopping it up, chopping it up, chopping it up. See, it has some fat on the bottom. Delicious. Delicious. Almost ready for butter. Sausage gravy goes by a whole bunch of different names. Sausage gravy, country gravy, sawmill gravy. I'm sure there's differences between each one. What the hell do I know? I'm a Yankee. I do know I make good sausage gravy. Fact. All right, we are ready for butter. Now again, we're going to slowly let this melt in, and once it's fully melted in, we're going to turn the heat up just a hair and add our flour. If you see any clumps of meat, make sure to break those up. You want your meat broken up as much as possible. Now our butter's completely melted. We're going to turn the heat up just a little touch. We want it to be nice and hot when we put the flour in. Nice and bubbly. Sounds great. It smells... Oh my God, it smells so good. This is probably one of my favoriteest things in the world to eat. I mean, it's up there. I'm going to add the flour in just a bit at a time, not all at once. Add some, that was maybe a half-ish. I'm going to stir it, mix it in, make sure all that flour gets wet. And then we come back and try and add the flour on top of the sausage, not onto the bottom of the pan, or it's gonna stick a bit. And then we keep going. We don't want this to sit without moving too long. It's getting paste-like. We want to cook out that raw flour flavor. Put the rest of it in. There we go. There we go. You're gonna get a little stickage to the bottom. Fear not, that will come up in just a minute when we start adding that delicious half and half. Just going to cook out that raw flour flavor. Just cook it for a bit, make sure it's mixed, make sure there's no dry flour still in there. I don't know what you folks are hearing. I can tell you what I'm hearing with this, and I could say I'm certified food lover. Add the cream in just a little bit at a time. Get it in. I'm getting really excited. Add a bit more. Mix it in. This smells so good. And I'm getting soaked. I'm like splashing all over the place. Kind of adding it in a cup. There's 4 cups, so you kind of add it in one at a time. Now for the last cup. Now we want to keep stirring this as often as possible. Here we go. Take a quick stir pause, and we're going to add in, we're going to grind pepper. We're going to grind in a lot of pepper. What's up? This pepper grinder is pretty old. Sometimes you got to shake it to pack it down. That should be good. We'll taste it and adjust as needed. Sausage gravy should have a little bit of heat to it, just to kind of wake you up in the morning, you know. Now we got everything in the pot right now. The only thing left to do with it is keep stirring. I like using a flat blade. And we're just going to keep stirring, running along the bottom, making sure it doesn't stick, and let it thicken up. So it's going to take a few minutes to thicken up. It will be worth the wait. If you've ever made any like instant boxed pudding like that, you're kind of doing the same thing here. You're going to slowly heat it over, just over medium heat. It's not quite medium high. It's kind of between medium and medium high. But you just want to keep it going and let the flour do its thickening thing. And again, since there's flour in there, you want to make sure you're running along the bottom and nothing's sticking. If something starts sticking, it can actually burn while you're moving, and you don't want that taste. Smells so good. We're getting there. We're almost thick enough. We're almost to the point where it's perfect. Just a couple minutes away. All right, this is looking great. See how it's thickening up? We're just about there. All right, folks, here we are at the end. Look how nice and thick that is. It's not like paste. It's still got some, I guess, liquidness to it, if that's a word. And if that's not a word, then I just made it up, and you're welcome. But it's still got a little bit of movement to it. It's not like glue. I wish you could smell this. I really do. All right, let's plate it up. Now, how are we going to serve this up? On biscuits, of course. Now, I have to make a confession. These are not scratch-made biscuits. They came out of a tube. This episode is about sausage gravy. It's not a biscuits episode, it's a sausage gravy episode. Biscuits episode is coming. Just wait. But these are good too. I like these. Fight me. So what you gotta do is split them in half. Do it by hand, don't use a knife. Have some class. Get this on there. I'm a big fan of a lot of gravy on my biscuit. So there you have it. Look at that. Look at that. All plated and delicious. Now it's time for my favorite part. Of course, when I get to eat. Get a little extra on there, because why not? Look at that. I'm drooling. I'm actually salivating right now. Like I said, this is one of my favorite foods ever, ever. So there you have it, folks. Simple, easy sausage gravy. Make it for yourself. Make it for your family. They will be so thankful. Thanks for watching. Catch us next time. Sugar, salt, fat, and booze.